Hey everyone, so People Power is a software company. We make smart homes and smart buildings that take care of people. My name is David Moss. I'm the president and the chief technology officer at People Power Company. And I'm really excited to speak here because last time I spoke here at New Tech, I actually hired someone out of the audience. And that person is here in this room tonight. Andrew Davis has become our director of artificial intelligence. He's way in the back there. So I want you to go back in time and think about what apps you would have made if you could have been one of the first 500 apps on the App Store. And I've got some good news for you because this isn't just a one-time event. This actually happens about every 10 years or so. There's a new shift in computing, and we're actually there now. And the latest shift is going beyond apps. It's really to combine several technologies. One is Internet of Things, the ability to connect to all these sensors around us. Another is things like cloud computing, edge computing, to enable us to run machine learning, AI types of services on top of this. And what is the right architecture for this new era of computing? If you could design this, what would you think about? I'll show you what the wrong architecture would be. What if Microsoft created an operating system called Windows and then packed into it a bunch of applications like Word and PowerPoint and Excel? Wouldn't that be stupid, right? Because anytime you would want to upgrade these apps, you'd have to upgrade your entire operating system, right? So that's the wrong architecture. But yet, this is actually what most cloud computing companies are doing today. And it's not open, it's not scalable, it doesn't enable an environment for people to be creative. Now, fortunately, Microsoft did not do this. They cleanly separated the operating system layers from the application layers. And this is really smart because now you can add apps on top and people can make an entire economy out of this. So today, we are in a post-app economy. We are moving beyond adding features and services to your mobile phone, and we're actually, so instead of like adding an app to your phone and running it on the processor there and it's accessing the sensors locally, what if you could create an application that runs more in the cloud or on the edge, and it's accessing these sensors over the internet? So at People Power, we call these things bots. Bots are like the vehicle to deliver services, these apps, into this new economy. And here's the life cycle of a bot. So you start off on your own laptop, and this is in Python, by the way, so you'll start developing these bots locally. You'll generally have some sensors connected to the cloud. You'll be able to read real-time data from these sensors. You'll publish the bot to the cloud. Same concept as the Apple App Store. You actually push your bot up, and then the bot can be absorbed and purchased and used by other people. And then certain bots get these permissions. They can go migrate to the edge and be running in the local premises. So there's an open source repository here you can go check out, github.com/peoplepower/botlab. We have quite a few folks using this today. There's lessons on here that show you how to create these bots and create new services for the Internet of Things. So back to my first question. What if you could build one of the first 500 apps that was on the App Store? Well, here's what People Power did when we thought about this. So we've got this operating system that can do all this. We're sitting at the top of this IoT stack. We have focused on three verticals: security, energy, and senior care. So security systems that learn things like false alarms and fix them. Energy that automatically maximizes comfort and saves you money. And then what I think is one of the most important things right now is senior care. And it's really about these previous smart home solutions that were connecting things to your phone, and you got to make a bunch of if statements and stuff like that. That stuff doesn't fly for seniors. And so it's important to exhibit give people the feeling that there's someone there taking care of them, like a personal assistant. That's the latest and greatest in this whole smart home and smart building market, is making it feel like someone is there. I am actually looking right now for a person who wants to create intelligent and people-centric services. This is the coolest stuff in the IoT world today. It's like actually building the services on top that are touching the lives of millions of people. I'm looking for an intelligent Python developer to join our team, join with Andrew and I, and we have a bunch of people all over the world. And then I'm also looking for an iOS developer now as well. So anyway, happy to chat more with you, and also connect with me on LinkedIn as well. We can open the floor for for questions. I hope I met the 5-minute mark here. All right, extra time. Questions?
Are there other people that are doing bot development?
I think there's some companies who aspire to do that, but I have not seen commercial companies doing this yet. I honestly believe that People Power is several years ahead of some other companies in this market. We see companies like many of the IoT companies out there, smart home companies and so on, have been focused on connecting things. We kind of took the opposite approach, focusing on people first and then working our way down to connected things. So that's where we have all these more people-centric services that come out of this. Other questions?
So who are your main customers at this point?
Who are our main customers? So People Power is a B2B2C company. That means we sell to other businesses who eventually sell to other consumers. So we power some large service provider customers around the world today. So those service providers would be like telecommunications companies or utilities or building services providers. A couple that I can disclose include companies like, for example, in the United States, we power a company called NextEra. They're a Fortune 150 company. They have a lot of utility brands. In China, we power China Mobile. We are China Mobile's IoT platform. They're the largest telco in the world. We are in Australia with Origin Energy. We're in Europe with several companies there. So we're kind of the technology ingredient that goes behind these brands, and then it's really their brands on top that consumers buy security and energy and senior care services through. Additional questions? Yes? Why Python? Because Python, from my perspective, is one of the centers of the machine learning universe. And it is so straightforward for people to get up and running with. I really like that language. And I've played with lots and lots of languages out there. Python has been one of the easiest to get going and enables us to rapidly create services. When a service provider says, I want to differentiate my service in this way, we can have it done in like 30 minutes or less and published to the cloud and running in their customers' homes. Back there?
So I know what an app-centric world's like. What is a bot-centric world like for us, going to be like for us?
I think a bot-centric world, so the question is, we know what an app-centric world is, what does a bot-centric world look like? I actually think that it's going to look a lot like what you see with, for example, the Apple App Store. Apple did a good job with their App Store, I'll give them that. But the first thing that you have to have in order to enable an Apple App Store is you have to have phones in people's hands. Otherwise, the apps that people create aren't going to be out there in the wild and generating revenue for people. And the number one thing that Apple's taught us, or that the app economy taught us, is that the developers who can make the most money will be attracted to these app stores to really be creative and build out powerful services. So what we'll see first is core services, like you see People Power focuses on security, like we build security systems, energy systems, and then also senior care, which is perhaps the largest of these markets. And once you have a base of homes that are established, then that's now an ecosystem where other developers can get in and actually create new services, new values, and perhaps sell those to the existing homeowners or building owners. Yes?
You talk about senior care, and so are you talking about just making people feel less alone, or are you talking about actually integrating in with like nursing homes and that sort of thing? And if so, is that something that's going to hopefully reduce the cost of that sort of care in the future, or is it just a feel-good sort of technology?
Yeah, I hope everybody could hear that about senior care. So it's everything. And People Power has recently gotten we received a $4.5 million grant from the National Institute of Health and the National Institute on Aging in conjunction with UC Berkeley's psych department to create smart homes that that really take care of the caregivers of people with dementia and Alzheimer's. That's one of the things we're doing. And to do that, you have to combine sensors like you'd find in a security system, but sensors that tie into these machine learning algorithms, like Andrew Davis back here is making, that can understand the patterns of people's lives and know when, for example, if somebody fell down or if a person with dementia may be wandering off, things like that. But then we go beyond that. So safety is one aspect of senior care. And then another aspect is to connect people in new ways. One of the most profound causes of depression is loneliness and isolation. So that is an area that is completely ripe for opportunities right now. When you think about a home is part of a community of people. It's not just your home. You can be connected with your neighbors and your friends and families in ways that you can take care of each other. And so in the world of senior care, we're really exploring those opportunities around smart homes and buildings. Good. Thank you very much, everyone.